scratch and creating the needle drop. And then what I would like for the rest of the DJs to do is to comment on how that innovation has affected their craft and affected how they scratch within a particular song or drop within a particular song, and how, you know, just speaking about innovation and how it crosses all genres of music and all capabilities. You know, before we used to have the rotary phone where we turned the dials, you know, and we, you know, 1, 2, you know, it went all the way around. So, you know, now we have the iPhone where we can do everything by touch, so we can do everything by speaking to it. You know, we can talk and text. So here we are with a very unique panel where we have an originator, an innovator of a particular, probably one of the most important parts of DJing in today's era. And we have innovations from there. So, Grand Wizzard, I would like you to kind of speak about your creation of the scratch and the needle drop, and then we'll take it from there.
Well, when I first started DJing, I said to myself, let me watch everyone else that's DJing, that's doing the same thing that I'm doing. I'm a kind of person where I sit back and I watch. I want to make sure that I don't make the same mistakes that other DJs make, because a lot of DJs make a lot of mistakes. I've gone to parties and seen DJs DJ with their head down and not look at the crowd. I mean, if you're DJing with your head down and you're playing some R&B music and the crowd is not feeling it, you can't pick your head up and look at the crowd and see that they're not feeling the R&B music. So that's one of the mistakes a DJ makes. And I wanted to make sure that if I was going to be noticed as a DJ, if I was going to start to get any clientele and be noticed, I had to make sure that I separate myself from everybody else. So that's when I started to practice every day. And I truly, honestly believe that I was given this gift as a DJ. Everybody has a gift. Everybody on this earth was given a gift. And I realized early on that my gift was being a DJ. So I practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced and made sure that my style of DJing was none like any other style. When I first started DJing, there was no one scratching, there was no one doing mashups. There was like pretty much still learning what a DJ really do. So I had to teach myself how to DJ. Because see, now I teach at the Jam Master Jay Scratch Academy. I've been there since 2001. And I'm teaching thousands of people from all over the world how to DJ. And the first thing I tell them before they start DJing is that this is not a hip-hop school. This is a open genre school, meaning that if you play R&B, jazz, rock, country music, you're gonna need to learn the baby scratch, because if you're doing drum and bass music, you're gonna have to baby scratch in the earphone before you actually play the record. If you are a R&B DJ, you're gonna have to baby scratch in the earphones before you start to mix that record. So during the course of me practicing, that's how I came up with the scratch. Now, my last year of high school, my principal played music through the loudspeakers, and everybody got tired of listening to that kind of music. So my principal let me make a cassette tape for him to play over the loudspeaker in the lunchroom. So I went home to try to make a cassette tape of music, and during the course of doing that, the music that we practiced on was in my mother's house. So during the course of me trying to mix one record into the next record, my mother came and she banged on the door. Now, I got the kind of mother where she doesn't raise her voice, she doesn't argue, she doesn't fuss, she just starts swinging like Mike Tyson. That's the kind of mother I have. So I'm in the house, I'm making my cassette tape, and when she busted in the room and startled me, I actually ended up pushing up both levers on the turntable, which means both levers on the mixer, which means that I can hear both records at the same time. So I'm playing one record on my right side, maybe your left, and holding the record on the left side. And when she came in to start with me, I started scratching, baby scratching the record back and forth and back. When she left the room, I finally finished my cassette. And when I got to the part where she came in the room, I could hear myself baby scratching. And I was like, wow, I can actually capitalize on that. So I practiced it another couple of days, another couple of records, another couple of weeks, and that's how I became the scratch. So I was 13 years old in 1975 when I created the scratch, which makes me, what, 21 years old?
I don't know what kind of math that was.
So as this goes back to saying whether you are a MC, a rapper, a guitar player, a basketball player, a baseball player, you're going to always want to practice your craft because you want to make sure that you are original of what you do. And when you are original what you do, people recognize that. But if you're trying to mimic something that someone else is doing, then you're not going to be recognized and you're not going to sound original. All right? Thank you.
Yeah. Once again, gotta follow up. Excellent story. I agree with a lot of what you say. You have to go out and find your own thing. With me, it was me getting tired of your everyday radio. So that led me to create my own internet radio station out of my bedroom, little 10 by 12 box. And from there, I just, like I said, started experimenting, started looking up a whole bunch of underground artists from all over the place. And then from there, I started getting positive feedback when I realized that, you know, this show was going places. My show was being heard in countries that I've never heard of before. So when I started getting these results and this feedback, that's when I decided to take it to the next level and pursue the DJing thing. I didn't get my first set of turntables until, I would say, August 2010. I had purchased two 1200s Techniques, and literally 2 weeks after I bought them, they had been discontinued. So now, if you want to get a set of turntables, you want to pay close to $2,000 just for the turntables by itself. So after I made the initial investment, started practicing, going crazy, I tried to do beat juggling and everything at first before I even had my needles. So that didn't get too far. So as I began to backtrack and do things the proper way, that's when I started making the connections, connecting point A to point B, and that's when I realized that this DJing thing is right up my alley because I already had the radio show host under my belt, so I already knew how to motivate, keep a crowd involved, and so on and so forth. And with the DJ, it just fit like a glove. And then, yeah, just been all over the place. I've been to Toronto, DJ Sutra Lounge, Lower East Side, DJ Brooklyn Bowl. Well, Brooklyn Bowl is actually where I got my debut. That's where it all started. I opened up for Black Thought and J Period. Black Thought is the lead singer, or the lead MC of The Roots, and J Period is a big DJ from LA. And I'm, 22 years old at this time, and I'm opening for these big marquee name people and all that. So it was definitely a mind-blowing experience, but it wouldn't have happened if I never would have taken initiative to go out and do my own thing. And yeah, sometimes you got to get tired of something before you make the change for the better. And that's what happened with me.
I mean, I think my journey is just a little bit different, you know, being an MC myself. I just got kind of tired of just like what they were playing on the radio, just like I said. You know, like these top 40s, top 20s. Not because the records aren't good or whatever the case may be, just because there's this like repetitive 10-song, you know, playlist that they have throughout the entire day. And me being a performer, I'm performing all over the world, and I'm with these dope bands and these dope artists, these singers, poets, whatever the case may be, and like there is no platform for them anymore, especially in this digital world. Okay, the digital world is their platform, but you know, you forget about tangibility, you forget about there's actual, you know, person-to-person contact, but there's no outlet for them if they're not, you know, especially in New York, they're not rocking at SOBs, or if they're not rocking at Public Assembly, or you know, whatever the case may be, your dopest band or your dopest MC, there's no place for them to really get those breakout records. Funk Flex isn't playing them. Envy isn't playing them. You know, they're only going to play them, you know, after you've created this culture, and then, you know, they get saturated, then they take it and they reproduce it, and then, like, it becomes commercialized. But there's a whole journey, like, before that. There's a whole bunch of records that they do. There's a whole sound that you don't even know that they're, like, creating. You know, like, we curated, like, a venue in Brooklyn called Sputnik. It's right by Lafayette